It's open when it's light, it's open when it's dark. It's the treasure hunt amusement park. Masquerade and Forrest Fenn are closed, but there are plenty more rides than just those. There's Beacon Star and Treasure Man, Vegas Die and Oak Island. Give 'em a try and you'll be smiling. This place never closes, that's for certain. There's always a reason to keep searching. Boots on the ground, look, look, look. Your ticket to the ride is the book. Your ticket to the ride is the book. Your ticket to the ride is the book. Keep searching forever, start searching now. Grand adventures with K-Pro and Cow. Whistle Pig, Custard Quest. So many great rides, who knows what's best. This place never closes, that's for certain. There's always a reason to keep searching. Boots on the ground, look, look, look. Your ticket to the ride is the book. Your ticket to the ride is the book. Your ticket to the ride is the book.
Hey, everybody. What's your ticket to ride, K-Pro? Can't hear you.
Cowlazars.
Yeah, okay. All right. I think K-Pro's in one of them moods tonight. All right. So we were at the Treasure Hunting Amusement Park. We were going to have on Mr. Ron Johnson to talk about his book, After the Chase. But as sometimes life gets in the way, K-Pro. I don't know if you know this. Me and you, we get on here on a regular basis, but for a lot of people, life gets in the way. So he did have to cancel. And K-Pro wanted to cancel the show. She's like, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. But I said, we have to for our viewers. We have to go on. They depend on us. Actually, that was probably the other way around. So we thought phone lines. We haven't done phone lines in so long. Let's do some phone lines for the Thrill of the Chase. You guys can call us. You can give your opinion on the Thrill of the Chase. No name calling, but you can give your opinion on how it ended, etc. Your searcher story, where you think it was really found, etc. How you doing, Christy?
I'm great. Tomorrow is the beginning of spring break. And so I have 6 entire school days where there's no homework. There's no talking with teachers. I had to do a special teacher conference at 7:15 this morning. I don't have to do that for a whole week in one day. So I am feeling good. I may have, this is a shout out to Mark West. Mark, look what I did. And that might not be full anymore. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. I'm a little nervous. The soundboard and phone lines are open. This will get a little interesting. That's all I think. But so much happening. So many things happening. I feel that the chase, more stuff's happening in the chase than during the last year of the chase. Do you agree?
More stuff's happening now, you said?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think there's it almost, well, okay, I will say this. I don't think there's more interest since the treasure chest has been found. I think there's more searchers being vocal about their opinion of the chase now that the treasure hunt is that the treasure chest has been found, if that makes sense. I think more people are just coming out and saying what they think. And probably the majority don't like it, but it is what it is. 2-hour show. I don't know, John. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, and somebody said PowerPoint break. Yes, there is no PowerPoint here. We are just chatting. We're like chatting over a glass of wine or a beer or whatever that looks like to you and you and you. So no, this is going to be outstanding. It's going to be a fun night. I just want you guys to know, though, he was telling a little fib. It was about maybe 6 months ago. And I was like, I don't think it was actually the content I didn't want to do. I'm like, let's cancel. And Mike was really serious. We don't fight very often. And I won't say it was a fight, but he's like, we've already scheduled it. Our fans deserve it, or our subscribers, or whatever he said.
Viewers.
He's like, we're going on, viewers. We're going on. And so tonight he's like, because such and such canceled, should we not go on? I'm like, we owe it to you and you and you and you and you. And so I said, no way. So that is why we're here. And I think it's going to be a fun night. What bad can happen when you open the phone lines and have a soundboard. I mean,
Well, speaking of that, one super chats on. If you got anything, you just have to say. Huli says, congratulations on getting a real wine glass, K-Pro. Number 2, make sure you thumbs up for phone lines. Number 3, hopefully I did it right. We haven't done phone lines in so long. It's been quite a while. So I am going to post the phone number in the chat here. If you call and it's busy, that's because we're on with somebody. So just keep trying and you'll get through eventually. But it's not like we have a soundboard or somebody screening these calls. So we reserve the right to cut you off and hang up on you is what I'm saying. Don't call names. Don't use profanity if you can help it. Yeah, especially don't call me or K-Pro any names. But Copper Dan says, does Jack have your phone number? He's watching. He's got his glass of wine down in Puerto Rico. He's watching whatever time it is down there. It's just a guess on my part. Yeah, maybe Mr. Foff, not Mr. F off. Jerks, Mr. Foff. Maybe Mr. Foff will call in. We'll see. Brian Gates says maybe Carl Summer will call in. Wow, what do you think of that, K-Pro?
If I were to bet, I'm going to say no. But you never know. Things get wild and crazy in the chase. You never know. Someone maybe by the name of Carl, but probably isn't Carl. And speaking of F off or F off, I would like to make a comment. And I posted this on Cowlazars Grand Adventure on Facebook. Subscribe today. And Hint of Riches, please go over there for some Forrest Fenn content. Obviously, someone said it must be a joke that you named him F off. I named him friend of Forrest Fenn. You shenanigan people in the middle of the show, somebody I don't even know said F off. So there is something brewing. I will just say something I've been investigating for a little while. And I think we're going to have another breaking news relatively soon. I think it's going to be a few weeks at least, but help me with a name of someone, or who should we name? We don't like the source because the first source was a turd. Yeah, you heard me. And the second source was Mr. X, which was Mike's guy that said nothing is what it seems from Forrest. The third guy was Mr. Foff. I obviously did wrong because it's Mr. F off. Tell me what you think the next person should be named. I don't want to use source. I don't want to use like XYZ. I don't want to use F off because that's
deep
just
throat.
Someone did say that. So put in the comment section or put in the chat what you guys think is a clever name for the next person that's going to bring you. And I think if this all comes together, this is the biggest news to hit since June 6th at all, ever, if
Wait,
it all comes
what is?
together.
Oh, something in the future show? I gotcha. So basically it's the code name for the next searcher that takes us across the conspiracy theory bridge. Bruce Kaiser has got a very good comment. He says, how would Jack have gotten title to the gold if Forrest had died before it was found? In other words, Jack called for permission. And we're surmising that maybe there was a note that said to do that. But if Forrest had died, what do you think, K-Pro?
I think Carl. I think it said contact me or my attorney. That's what I think. And I think after Forrest passed the telephone number that was on there, Carl was going to take over. It's a landline. Mike's been on that phone. Mike's answered that phone for Forrest Fenn for some wistful searchers that wanted to talk to him, and Mike took over the phone lines at Forrest Fenn.
Atlantic Coast. Atlantic Coast. We know that name, don't we? Wow, Atlantic Coast. Atlantic Coast with the $99.99 super chat. Atlantic Coast. Thank you so much. I never saw the deep red. Well, actually, that one marathon we did, I did. It says $48 for pizza and $51.99 for YouTube. Atlantic Coast, we got your package in the mail today. K-Pro braved the Las Vegas rush hour traffic, and true to his word, his or her word from the Hunt for History show we did, they did in fact send us the Hunt for History map and the Hunt for History code book, and we are going to give it away for free. They even sent an envelope that's got the postage paid. So how awesome is that? Atlantic Coast, thank you very much. We do appreciate it. Yeah, so a different show. We're not going to do it on tonight's show.
Awesome $2 bills that are crisp.
Yeah, actually,
some treasure hunting stuff. It was
it.
awesome, and it's going to be exciting. We're going to do something with that. And I have to tell you, so the next source person, I've been going back and forth with almost daily for a little while now. I'm gonna like put, because I see Secret Squirrel, Mega Mind, and Joker. Those are all really good. If you have other ones, let me know. And I'm gonna ask him if it's a him. It might be a her. You don't know. I'm gonna ask that person. It's a him. What do you want to be named? Because this is getting good, and this is gonna be big, in my opinion. And I'm just being ornery tonight, so it means nothing because you guys know me. I just want the clicks, haters, trolls. Go away. Go away, you. Go away, you, and
Who
go
would
away,
say
you. But
that?
I want you to stay. I want you and you and you and you.
Clemson Tigers, the $2 bill tradition. And we're not going to read it tonight. I think we should do a show just on that. But check these out. The Clemson Tiger $2 bill. Somebody is going to get some of these $2 bills. Somebody is also going to get the hunt
Do you
for
see the
history.
little stamp? Did you?
Yeah,
did you see
yeah.
the
That's
little
for the
stamp?
Clemson Tigers right there. The
Ah, is
paw.
that huge?
So thank you very much, Atlantic Coast. We really do appreciate it. And we're going to do a separate show just on that. Okay. I think we should do a show. Maybe we have a couple giveaways. Maybe we do a giveaway show in appreciation for all the people who watch and in honor of the Treasure Hunting Amusement Park. So thank you for the super chat. And thank you for the $2 bills for the hunt for history, Mr. Bart K's hunt for history treasure hunt. And we're going to give it away to somebody absolutely free. So thank you very much. Okay, are we ready?
Okay, wait. You can open the phone lines and I'll start answering questions. Please put @KPro at the beginning of any comment. Tony F says,
Detroit.
Okay, that
Jack
sounds.
Stoof, are you in the house? If so, can you post your email? It's Jack896929786949944400982, and that is a random number at IamFullofBS.com.
I thought you actually had his email memorized at first, and I thought there's no way she's got it memorized. All right, everybody. So phone lines are open. Here is the boop. There's the phone number. Give us a call.
Yes,
Give us your
Albert, I
name.
want you to stay, Albert. I want you to stay. You have been banned off an entire forum because of me. And you were so sweet about it. You were like, no, I'll just talk to them, those guys on Reddit, and I will tell them that you're good and that we should all come together. And I was like, oh, Albert, you're so sweet. And you tried it and you got banished off the island of the Reddit jerks. Anyway. Okay, so there we go. Let me do this. And the question for KPro, how would it hurt if Jack said it was in Yellowstone? It's bigger than a lot of states. Okay, here's my logic. Here we go. If it was in Yellowstone, he can't say that because it narrows it to such a tiny spot. If it was not in Yellowstone, he would say it's not in Yellowstone because then it doesn't narrow it down, in my opinion. So in my opinion, that means it's in Yellowstone. That's like the is it Monty Python? It's like, no, the Princess Bride about the poison.
Pro and Cal, who do we got?
This is Tyler Graybar.
Hey, Tyler, how are you?
I am good, brother. How about you?
We're all right. We're doing a show. We're having fun on a Thursday night, March 25th. What do you got going on?
Nothing much, really. Just got off of work, literally.
Cool. So you guys may know Tyler from The Brutal Truth. And don't you have your own YouTube channel as well?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So you guys know Tyler. What do you want to talk about tonight?
And especially if you guys are into, like, he has a lot of currency and coins. And so he's not just a treasure hunter. I think it's your grandpa that gave you a bunch of stuff. And you're like chugging through it.
Some hundreds and whatnot and stuff.
Oh, that's
some cool stuff.
Awesome. Do you have a question for us, Tyler?
Yes, I do. And I guess I go down the conspiracy theory bridge.
All right, here we go.
It might have been at not at the log cabin, but outside of the cabin, like a little bit of a walk to the spot.
Now, which log cabin are we talking about?
Joseph Henry Sharp's.
Oh,
That's
Joseph
museum.
Henry Sharp's. We have a book over there on the shelf, Joseph Henry Sharp. That's interesting. I mean,
That would put it within the museum boundaries, correct?
Yeah, I'm just curious if Fenn was designated his own little spot there at the museum, since he was there at the age of 1. And there was, like I sent Mike, there was a whole article that was written up by the Buffalo Center of the West about Forrest Fenn at the age of 1. And then I sent Mike another article about mysterious writings and him talking to Jenny Kyle about it.
Okay.
So that's why I'm down the rabbit hole.
There are so many rabbit holes. I don't know how we get anywhere. We just keep falling down rabbit holes. But
Well, but
Yeah.
let me give a couple of thoughts on this. Why I Must Go actually did some contact, or was it Gedelkin? I think it was my Why I Must Go, about how under the cabin there was like a secret compartment that had tools that they used to. I don't remember all the details. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. Gedelkin or Why I Must Go. I think it was Why I Must Go. They did a video. Put the video in the comments. But additionally, I believe if we want to peer pressure someone, Cynthia Meacham might have something to say on, was Buffalo Bill at all a hint that may have come from Forrest Fenn? So I'm just going to do a little shout out to Cynthia. I think Buffalo Bill is related. I don't know if it's the cabin, because what would the cabin be? Home of Brown?
Yeah, the Homer Brown. That's what I always thought it was, put in below the Homer Brown. That's why I always used page 99, which I call the X page, and Thrill the Chase.
See, and now here's something funny. So I know we've been talking about lately in the last month or two about secret hints. So Forrest flat out told me, one, he nudged me to New Mexico, and two, he told me absolutely there was no hints in the illustrations. But Jack has said differently. So anybody who thought they got a secret hint,
wait a minute. Forrest told you what now about illustrations?
I asked him, especially page 99, because Diggin' Gypsy had reached out to me and we were talking about a solve. And I went to Forrest and said, I guess there's two versions. What about this page 99? He goes, I can tell you, I'll find the email. He's like, there are no hints in any of the illustrations. Don't go down that rabbit hole, because I know what you do. You'll spend 6 months. It will be a lost cause. Don't do it. He said something like that. And I found that shocking. So I know what you're saying, Tyler. From that moment, I did not use the illustrations, but Jack's now told us too. I thought I got a hint. I didn't. That's why I think it's so funny, this whole hint gate thing that's come up, that some people are like latching their entire future and life on. Let me ask.
Now, Why Must I Go? You guys, we all know Troy. Why Must I Go on YouTube? He says Forrest Fenn said it is not on any property owned by the museum. Does anybody else remember that Forrest said that? I don't.
Yeah, because some people at the Buffalo Bill Museum, they were having damages. They were having problems. Same thing as at the Santa Fe gallery. So yeah, I remember that. I don't know if it was a scrapbook or what it was, but he's like, stop. I actually told Forrest when my search partner went up and went to Buffalo Bill, he got an earful because he was sane. So he went in and had long conversations, and they're like, we're getting so much damage and having to put security in this and that. So I forwarded it to Forrest, and Forrest talked to some of the people that run the museum, and then he put that out to say, just stop. But so that's the hard part I have to. I'm not going to say no, because it could be anything, but that's the reason I lean against it. And I don't think any of the hints are a structure. Another secret hint to Cynthia. That's me, though. I could be totally wrong. I'm nobody. He nudged me towards New Mexico, for goodness sake.
And Tony Rusi asks, is Cynthia already in Yellowstone? I think he means after our last show.
No. Well, as I know it, no. She was at the Stratosphere yesterday watching friends jump off 182 stories, and I know where she's going, but it's all personal. It's nothing related to. She's like a hiker adventurer. She's not. Yeah, no, guys, no. Next trip, she's going with me, though. She's going with me. I got a big one coming up. Go ahead, Tyler. Sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, I just like to, have a show or just get together, and figure this thing out, once for all, maybe you, me, Mike as well, Cynthia, everyone. Let's put our brain together and figure something out, because we're probably not going to get anything from Jack, So
that sounds like another marathon. We'll see. Maybe.
Tyler, have you had correspondence with Jack? I mean, does he respond to you? Where's Jack with you?
He was responding to me, and I haven't heard from him at all for the longest time now. So.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think there's more activity going on since the find than because of all of this shenanigan, this terrible ending. Jack, you can change everything. This is a terrible ending. Forrest would have changed it by now. Come on, Jack, be Forrest.
Alan K with the info. He says scrapbook 207. Forrest Fenn said it wasn't anywhere associated with the Buffalo Bill Museum. So there it is. All right, Tyler. Thanks for calling in. We do appreciate it. We hope you're doing all right.
No problem. I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.
And
bye.
all right. Now, if you hear that sound, we're cutting you off. Okay. Just so you know.
So let's answer questions between calls, but phone lines are on, and Michael put the phone number up there. Why Lori Barnes, and hi Lori Barnes, I'm so sorry I missed you. I had a bad neck at the time. Come back to Vegas. I want to see you and Steve. Why all the Photoshop pictures and hidden pictures? Forrest assured me that wasn't the case. And I'm like, Forrest, it's so obvious, silly goose. And what do you do when he is a silly goose like that? You can't do much.
Hey, Pro Cowlazars.
Oh, hi.
Hey, who we got?
It's Karen.
Karen from Canada. Karen from Canada. Hey, it's good to finally talk to you. So we can hear whatever you have on, we can hear it. If you could turn the volume down in the background.
Okay. Well, it's actually you guys.
Is it?
So,
Is that
and
you, K-Pro?
I must have a delay in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to just a sec here. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
So I thought I'd just call in. I just wanted to give a different spin on what part of my solve is. So are you listening?
We're ready.
We are bracing ourselves.
Already. Now keep in mind, I just want to sort of give everybody a different perspective, keeping in mind the double omegas. We all know like an omega is like the end. So the way I have come up with the solve is you can't solve it on the ground unless you solve it a different way, which puts you to an exact spot on the ground. So I'm just going to run through this quite fast. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So begin at where warm waters halt would be Mercury, the planet Mercury. Mercury, of course, being on a thermometer. And you have to look at the spiritual meanings of these as well. So you'd have to look them up. So warm waters halt is Mercury. Take it in the canyon down would be Venus. Venus is known for its canyons. Not far, but too far to walk is the moon. Put in below the home of brown. Are you ready for this one? What planet has the most brown? Would be Earth.
Would be Earth. I actually was thinking of that when you. Okay, got it.
All right.
But how do you put in below the Earth though? Like, what would that mean?
Sorry.
How would you put in below the Earth though? What would that mean?
Well, let me continue with this because, as I said, in my solve, you can't get to the location on the ground unless you solve this part first. There's no way you can.
Okay.
There's just no way to get there. Okay. So put in below the home of brown. You're following the path of the planets. Forrest was spiritual. Also, Eric Sloan was a master of the stars. Okay. So then no place for the meek is Mars. You would skip Jupiter. The reason you're skipping Jupiter is because that's the big ball of string that went missing. If you look at the planet Jupiter, it looks exactly like a big ball of yarn. So you would skip Jupiter because it's missing in the book. The end is ever drawing nigh would be Saturn. Saturn's ring runs counterclockwise, runs constantly to the left. So the end is ever drawing nigh. This is a Forrest Fenn humor, perhaps. There'll be no paddle up your creek, Uranus. Okay, everybody can laugh now. Heavy loads and water high is Neptune. Now, if you've been WISE is actually a Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer. It is a extremely large telescope that's up in space, and it's called WISE. The function of WISE does find blazes in the sky, which are comets, anything that would threaten the Earth. It also locates, it works with Jelm Mountain, which locates forest fires within the Rocky Mountains. It's called WISE, and found the blaze. You look quickly down. Now, I can't give you all of the details in here because it's a little long, but when Forrest talked about when Forrest talked about the telephone being at the end of the house, the end of our house is, in fact, Neptune. The end of our galaxy is Neptune. Neptune plays a really important part of the solve on Earth. Neptune, as Forrest said, he would work an 18-hour day. The day on Neptune is 18 hours.
Wait, what about
He
Pluto?
talks about, pardon?
What about Pluto? Or is Pluto no longer a planet? It's like a something
Pluto
else?
is a brown, is a dwarf. It's no longer considered part of our galaxy.
And what about
So,
Planet X?
the end of
Nibiru,
Well,
right?
let's
No
not
X
go-
in the
let's
pole.
not go to-
I'm starting to see it, Karen.
Okay, so Frosty's, he talks about Frosty and he started to question his polarity. Neptune's polarity is mirrored to ours. Mirrored. It is opposite. So what is south here is north on Neptune. So the polarity of Frosty, Neptune is an ice planet. Frosty. I'm just going through things really quick here.
Does the sun come into it at all or no?
But wait,
here-
how do we go from?
Here's a good one.
Okay.
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 Go.
On WISE, the infrared telescope, you know the scrapbook where it has the telephone with the cord that's all twisted up?
Mm-hmm.
And Forrest says he wonders how sound can get through that. Well, if you look up infrared and you look how it relates to sound, with infrared, the sound gets muffled going through infrared. So that's how that's what I determine on that part of the scrapbook. Also, get gas. Planets are gas. What else is that? There is, oh yes, you know, the scrapbook where the girl is looking into the, there's a container that has corn in it.
Oh, yes. The
It's
one
corn
that's
hidden. Okay.
San Lazaro, that one?
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Tires come into play in this solve. Very, very big. Neptune tires.
Oh, Neptune tires. I see it.
Yeah, if you look at that scrapbook and you do the research on tires and you look at the picture, you can see that the container that corn is in actually looks like the rim of a tire tread. And tires are made, the molds are made from corn.
Well,
just letting you know.
I will. So I don't know about the planets, the clues relating to planets, but I will say that a lot of people have an astronomy solve. You know, the stars that are on Once Upon a While, and I have heard that polarity. But to me, the polarity in stars was more of a GPS confirmer, meaning that's how we use GPS. But it is interesting. There's a weird kind of an interesting thing there. I wonder if Forrest was big into astronomy at all.
Well, with my solve, in order to get to the correct place on Earth, you have to go through the solve of the planets, which the last planet being Neptune is the main, I guess, hint.
Can you say what state you're in? What state you think the treasure chest is?
Wyoming.
Inside Yellowstone or outside Yellowstone?
It is outside, and it's exactly 50 miles from Cody.
Oh,
and I'm talking exactly.
Okay.
Also, the scrapbook or the story on a gypsy's kiss. I just wanted to run this past. It sort of has something to do with the solve. The call sign for fighter pilots. There is a group that their call sign was gypsies, and those planes. Like what I'm trying to get is that whole story of the gypsy's kiss, and Forrest running and watching the ladies dancing or whatever. Well, the gypsies were known as sort of the king of the sky. So when they came, everybody would really stop because they knew that they were there to sort of shut it down. So Forrest running and watching that is almost like when he was in the war and the gypsies came in, the call sign gypsies came in, he would stop and watch the fire, watch as they would fire. So that was the symbolism of the ladies dancing. That's what I got from that particular story. It had really nothing to do with actual gypsies coming to town, but it was the meaning of the fighter pilots with the call name of
Now,
Gypsies.
David brings up a good point. David
Right.
says-
Turn it up, Cape.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear
It's
me now?
low, real low for some reason.
I don't know what happened.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
You're good.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. David says, but Forrest said the solve could fit on a sticky note. This is a lot.
It sounds complicated. Yeah, it does
Yeah.
sound complicated.
What do you say? What do you
The
respond?
solve could fit on a sticky note.
Yeah, like Forrest
Uh,
said, the
it-
solve can fit on a sticky note.
Yeah, but in order to get to that solve, my solve could, I could write it out, the exact spot, and I could draw out a little map right to the location. Yeah, it's not long, but it's getting there. It's figuring things out in order to get there. And once I got there, I went, oh crap, look at this and look at that, and there it is. It followed itself, and it isn't long. That's just my solve. And don't forget, I mean, I'm not saying that it's the correct solve, but yeah, it is not long.
Do you believe
It's not long at all.
Do you believe that Jack did retrieve it, or do you think it's still out there?
I don't think it's out there. No.
Okay.
I don't really know what to think about. I've communicated with Jack here and there, and to me, he's just not giving a lot of information. I really don't understand why he's communicating. Although Capro said it, perhaps it's to compile a list together. Could be. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, I don't think it's out there. I don't. I mean, Forrest said it's not, so it's not. But some of the things he said are not totally truthful. Anyway. Oh, also the height, the 5,000 feet, and the 10,200. Did he say 10,000 between 5,000 and 10,200?
He did. Yes.
Okay. The 10,200 is actually foot pounds.
Okay.
It's the foot pounds that his F100, I believe the engines, that was the maximum torque or whatever it is. So I'm not quite sure, 10,200 was kind of odd, but when I did some research, it was exactly 10,200. So I don't know the exact height. I'm not quite sure he meant it's actually 5,000 feet above sea level. I questioned that only because of the 10,200.
Okay, well, it's an
So-
interesting solve. It seems complicated though to me, but we appreciate you calling in.
Well, to
Karen.
get there,
Yeah.
to get there, it is. But that's just a different look on things, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and that's why we open the phone lines to get different opinions. I just like how you say about a boot. Okay, thanks, Karen from Canada. We appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
Okay, thanks a
All right,
lot.
bye.
All right, okay.
Okay, everybody, you just never know who's going to call in.
Karen's
Bye.
All right, it went low for some reason. Capro, is everything up for you?
Still low? Is
It
still
just
low?
seems lower than when we first started, and
Yeah,
I don't know
it
why.
Crackles and
Yeah,
got-
I know we can hear
I
you.
have a command center like you do.
All right, that's true. Oh, and I hung up. Sorry, I hung up on that person on accident. So call back. Call right back. I apologize. There it is. There it is. Okay, Pro Cowlazars.
Hey guys,
Hey, who we
what's
got?
up?
Who's this?
Billy Shaw Jr.
Oh, hey, Billy. Did I just hang up on you?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was somebody else. All right.
You
what's
did not
going
hang
on,
up
Billy?
on me. You
Okay,
did not
good.
hang up on me, but that's all right. I've been hung up on before.
Yeah, it happens.
That was
As long as you weren't hung
Karen
up by
from-
Forrest Fenn. How's it going tonight?
Karen from Canada. That was awesome.
I've never heard
that
of
was one of
planets
the-
for the 9 clues. That's interesting, right?
one of the more complicated creative solves I've ever heard.
Creative. Hashtag creative. That's for sure.
That's right.
All right.
I got lost at Jupiter. I'm after that. I don't know where to go. But
I just watched
I'll have to-
Aquaman today, so I understood the King Neptune for sure. Anyway.
there you go.
Yeah.
And
There
I
you
try to
go.
watch all of those
That
things
was-
with Mike, and he's like, "Oh, the adventures and this guy and that guy," and I just go, "Okay, honey," and then I look at the chat and I stay real quiet. Sometimes you guys wonder why I don't respond to people when I'm in other chat rooms, because I'm sitting watching a movie, doing family time with Mike, watching a movie, and so I.
Can you hear her okay, Billy?
I have to listen real carefully, and I can hear she is definitely low.
Maybe unplug it, plug it back in, K-Pro.
Okay, I'll try.
That'd be my guess. All right, what do you got going on tonight, Billy?
Reboot. Well, I'm drinking beer.
That's right.
After a long day.
K-Pro's got some wine. I got some coffee. Maybe it was something in it, but it's probably just coffee. Karen was in a black hole. All right, that's the best comment so far. You couldn't let that go, Hooli. It's okay. We're all just having fun.
And I did like her little spin going down the gypsy turn. That was yeah. My ancestors are gypsies, so that works out all right.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm part Bohemian.
All I know about gypsies is the Cher song. So we all know the Cher song, right?
Can you hear me now, guys? Can you hear me now?
It still sounds low. Okay.
Crappy crapperson. I'll be back.
Just talk loud. That's all.
No, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Like you're mad at Mike or something.
Yeah,
just
right.
Just like
that's
that.
Right.
like he just bought something you told him not to.
She actually left. She's actually gone. All right, everybody. Now we can talk about her. Yeah.
Well, she got my Karen got my conspiracy theory going. You know, now I'm all want to go crazy on conspiracy theories. But
Karen tried to take us over the bridge, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She did. But I was wondering if there's any, you know, the more Jack kind of holds out, and the more the wheels keep turning. It's that, you know, that ForrestFennTreasure.com site starts to seem more, you know, not so crazy, I guess. I mean, I can't hear you.
No, I'm here. We're here. Yeah, we're here.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're here. Sorry.
Good. I saw your lips moving.
Yeah,
but, but yeah, and I remember you guys, when you guys were talking about the source, or the turd, whatever it is now that you call the source.
Okay.
But you know, that they had communicated something about the party going out for a search in August, and I thought that was odd that it was the same August 19, which corresponded with the find of ForrestFennTreasure.com when they claimed to have found it and started auctioning it off. And always been kind of in the back of my mind as a you know, a possibility that Jack is part of this group. I mean, who better to write for the website than Jack, if Jack was the friend that was writing the website.
Right.
But I'm looking for someone out there who lives in Yellowstone or near Yellowstone. I need someone to go check my spot for me, because I don't know when I'm going to travel.
The only one I know is Jeff. Jeff, the one who's making planes. Jeff, know him? The pizza guy. Jeff.
All right, Jeff. Jeff, if you're out there, Jeff, you gotta go check a spot right there by Yellowstone for me. Take pictures, because it could be forever before I travel. I don't know.
It sounded good, bro. You want to try it? Because there's a bad echo when you don't mute.
I see K-Pro's feeling.
Yeah, right. I wonder if Jeff would search for people. You know, a lot of people now think it's up in the Yellowstone area. I wonder if he would do that. I don't know. You know, of course, I'm sure he gets a bunch of people. It's not gonna work, bro.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes. You gotta mute. Yeah, you sound good. You gotta mute. Okay. If you don't mute, this isn't gonna work.
Okay.
I can see K-Pro behind camera.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine, but you're not muted.
I know, and I am muted, and that's why I'm frustrated. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That'll work, because it's just that echo if we don't. And there's Mr. Kitty Cat showed up. Okay. So, because if I mute, then they can't hear Billy. They can't hear the phone caller. That's all.
Oh, you don't need to hear me anyways. I'll just pantomime. Oh, you can't see me either. Shoot.
So, any other treasure hunts you're working on now that Forrest Fenn is apparently?
You know, I was working on that hunt for history credit, but things just kind of picked up here in Arizona. Like they're opening things up, so I'm woodshedding all my music again, because I'm going to start doing gigs again.
Oh, cool.
And so that's kind of taken up a lot of my free time, the music.
Okay, good deal. It's always good to do other things. Kind of put the treasure hunting books on the bookshelf for a while, because they're always there.
Yep.
Until somebody
and
like Jack.
That's the only reason. Yeah, that's the only reason I got back into. I had put the Thrill of the Chase on the shelf, you know, for about a year or so, and then COVID hit, lost all my gigs, and so that's when I dove back into the Thrill of the Chase and came up with my solve. Of course, too late. I came up with it a week before it was found, and I was in the middle of planning travel when the announcement came. And
Right.
I'm probably wrong anyways, but it was still a bummer.
Yeah, of course. I mean, everybody was a little disappointed when Forrest, that fateful night, and Forrest says it's over, it's been found. We were all like, what? Yeah. But we move
But yeah,
on.
I think
That's what we do.
I think we should have a conspiracy show. That'd be fun, just for the pure entertainment of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think some people have some interesting. I do believe that a lot more coincidences happen than I ever realized, and so there's some coincidences out there, like that would make us all scratch our head. But we don't want those to like trigger another lawsuit or make any crazy people come back to life. I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
You just put one of those disclaimers. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Exactly. Some people get obsessed. They get into it a little bit too much, but either hopefully they're smart enough or they have somebody around them smart enough to kind of wake them up and say, hey, you spend a little too much time into this. Sometimes it's not healthy, but
although the person responsible for keeping me out of trouble is apparently a drunk, because it doesn't work. So
because you're having a beer, is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
Right.
All right, well, I'm gonna let somebody else get on here and chat away, but it's good to talk to you guys, and looking forward to the big shows coming up.
All right, Bill.
Nice.
We appreciate it. Billy Shaw Jr.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Bye.
Okay.
All right.
So now I'm back in chat. I'm sorry if you did put my name. I can't go back too far. Can you share the coincidences? Tony F. Soon. I will, once I know there are more than a coincidence, but I don't want to out personal information. So I'm going to have to Mike and I have been bantering this back and forth. And though he knows I'm always right, he is also giving me the voice of reason. Some things that have been found kind of on the personal level might make us all pause, but may not, just because it's a coincidence is not something necessarily you want to put out. So I'm dealing with the ethical dilemma of that right now. So all of that is happening as well. So, okay.
It's all different for everybody. Give me 1 second. We're going to switch. Oh, I see what I did there. All right. Give me a second.
I have about 5 things to talk about if you need me to talk about.
Yeah,
stuff.
go ahead. No, I changed it so the number.
Okay. So if anybody calls, shush me. Cause I just love that when you shush me, Mike. The next show that we're hoping to have, maybe we're going to have next week, but I don't know which day, is going to be on aha moments. If you have an aha moment that you want to share with the community, something brief, 2 minutes, something that is like, wow, I hadn't noticed that. I would love for you to come on the show. We've already had a couple interested. We want to limit to maybe 5 or 6, have a few aha moments. I think some will be more than others. And we'll go from there. So I just thought if there's enough interest. So let me know if you're interested. kpro3@aol.com. Did you even like the coffee mug? Indy, you said that today earlier, and I didn't know what that meant. And so I had to go back through. I have had a few days of, I haven't been even getting to messages and things. And so I think you sent me something that I have not seen fully or don't fully remember. So I need to know. Coffee mug. I don't drink coffee, but sometimes I put other drinks in that. So, but of course, anything that you're stylish, you're awesome. Okay. Why Must Go said regarding Mr. Foff, if they knew the location, why didn't they get the treasure in 2018-19? Did you ask them? Thanks. I did not, but I much think, this is my guess, I've not asked Douglas or Mr. Foff this. I think Douglas Preston knows more than he says. I think Mr. Foff knows as much as he says. I don't think either of them would, due to the friendship, destroy whatever it is and destroy the chase. So that's the reason I think. So that's why I didn't ask.
So we do have a caller on the phone. Who do we got?
Howdy, this is Manny.
Manny, is that what you said?
Yeah, Manny.
Hey, how's it going? What state you in?
I'm in Florida right now.
Oh,
and
okay.
just wanted to talk through my solve. It's not as crazy or out there. It's pretty logical, I hope. But yeah, just wanted to get some people's thoughts on it.
Okay, let's hear it. Shoot.
So mine is, as I said, it's simple and straightforward, and it goes off the premise that the easiest, most out there, or clear hint in the book is, Cody the buffalo. So start at Cody and start where warm waters halt. And they're warm waters. So there's 3 hot springs on the Shoshone. Is that what it is? River there, Shoshone.
Hashtag GPS.
It's Damaris, Shoshone, and Needle, and Coulter.
Okay.
Hot springs. So I guess that's why waters is plural. Is my assumption. And then you just take the canyon down, heading west towards Yellowstone. Not far, but too far to walk. And that is where I don't really know where home ground is. I don't like the ideas of it being actually related to a structure or anything, or someone's house or a popular ranch or anything like that. Because I like the fact that Jack said he had just had to think as Forrest thought, and Forrest didn't mean for that, or he didn't expect that part to be a big riddle. So I was just thinking more like habitat, like someone or some animals or migration or buffalo or bears or something where they're known, or even trout, but you have to go pretty far into Yellowstone for that. So yeah, that's where I don't know. I don't know where to put in. That's where I got stuck. But I could see if that is accurate, the first part, I could see how Jack solved it quickly, the initial part.
Did you ever make a boots on the ground trip?
Got found right as I was planning it.
Oh, you're right.
There.
Yep. Okay. Well, it's interesting. I know a lot of people think it was in the park, and it would be interesting. Yeah, if we could just get an idea of where warm waters halts. But Jack thinks we'd be able to solve it if we know that. So we did get a super chat from Mr. Billy Shaw Jr. for $5. Thank you, Billy. He was just on the phone. He says, we need a K-Pro and Cow drinking game for the shows. Every time Mike uses a soundboard, we drink. Every time K-Pro says, in my opinion, we drink. That would actually be a pretty fun game, wouldn't it? I'd do that on a weekend. People won't have to work the next day.
But whatchamacallit, that I did email Jack, and he only responded to me once, and he hasn't in a while now. But
okay,
what I asked him was if he took the same route every time, like if there's only one way to get there, or if he just took the same route every time he went there. And he said yeah for that one, and I forgot what else I asked him, but that's about it. That's all I got.
Well, that's interesting that he took the same route. Okay. Okay. Well, hey, Manny, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Have a good one, guys.
Okay. You too. Down. Manny.
Well, let me ask the room, who has heard from Jack? I think the last time I emailed Jack today, and I haven't heard back, but usually it takes at least a few hours. When's the last time somebody has heard from Jack? I think the last time I heard from him when I emailed was probably a week ago for the show. So has someone heard from him since then? Put it in the chat if you've heard from him since then.
K-Pro Cow. Who do we got?
This is Davio.
Hey, Davio. You make that move yet back to California?
I am now back in California, thank God.
Back in the Sunshine State. How you been, Davio?
I'm doing better all the time. It's nice to be back where I recognize, where there's trees and things I recognize. It's all very nice.
That's good.
Good. There's things I miss about Colorado, but it's good to be back where I'm loved and it's safe.
Or
So,
is Florida
right
the
on.
Sunshine State? I'm not sure, but anyway, okay.
What-
I said, or is Florida the Sunshine State?
That's right. Florida is the
Yeah, that's
Sunshine
what I
State. This is
thought.
the state that has
That was the
Yosemite.
twist. Yeah, there you go. You're back in Nevada City, right?
Yeah, Nevada City, where the gold country is, and the Crumb Bunny coffee.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. And I remember you sending it to me.
Yeah, I sent you some coffee. Did you ever get a grinder?
Um,
Oh, I should have brought one. Oh,
yeah,
shoot.
that's true. Yeah. Did I'm trying to
Anyway.
think. I don't know if I actually got a grinder or not. I've got so much coffee piled up that people have sent. So, all right, let me ask you this, Davio. Have you put it all behind you, the thrill of the chase, or are you still kind of thinking, going over it and trying to figure it out? What do you think?
Well, what I have found is there's three things. One, there is a need to be distracted from the world because it's horrible. And so you don't want to look at TV and news and this and that. So diving your head into a book, into a search was really cathartic, and therapeutic. That was really, really great. I miss that. But continue to do this, even though I've got a photograph of the man who found it and Forrest together, in a lawyer's office. I'm going to have to say, box found on desk. We're done. That's two. So the third thing in my mind is, if it was me, I would have left something behind as to can always be sold. People could still figure it out. The gold fever is over. So that was the question that I've been asking Jack. Is there anything left behind that you're aware of? So the thrill of the chase can keep going.
Right.
And he said no. Well, so the emails that I've seen responded to is no, I left nothing behind. I put stuff back in the nook, so you can't even see if it's the right nook. Like he found the chest. He has bills to pay. He's an MD.
Behind, right?
Yeah, he's a doctor. He wants the money. He wants us to be gone. He wants us to shut down, go home. Yeah, that's what I think.
Which is fine. So here's the question about Barbarisi, who's the first guy that did the interview with Jack, right? And he's got this book coming out next month or something. Now, is that book all about Jack being interviewed, and then the process of Jack finding the treasure is revealed? Because I'm not hearing that's what's going to happen in this book.
No, so I spent a little bit of time with Dan, so I'll tell you what I know, but I've also heard from a few other people. Dan started collecting information. He's been to quite a few searcher events, and he started talking to searchers, I want to say 2017-18 timeframe. He has been putting very thoughtful interviews, discussion, investigation into all sides of this. So he's been talking with searchers, the ones that hate Forrest, the ones that I think invent problems. I don't know if it's the families of the searchers that have fallen during this chase, but I know at least he's discussing that. He has had a very in-depth known identity in this chase. Even though he is not a searcher, he knows about this hunt. Jack has never said it. I don't believe Jack would have talked.
He has his own presence. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like it wasn't that he was just doing a story like, in the last little bit. So I think Jack got the okay from Forrest. Like, yeah, he's talked to Forrest several times over the years. So this book that comes out, it was already scheduled to come out before Jack came out. And this is like the perfect ending few chapters of the book. I don't know if it'll be beginning, end, whatever, but he has interviewed Douglas Preston. He has interviewed many people over the years. So this is almost like a wound to tomb, beginning and end, omega, if you will, of this search. So Dan was lucky when it comes to the timing.
Wait a minute.
About interviewing Jack. What's up?
But so he did. So to be clear, the only thing that would make sense to me is if from Jack's mouth we hear the process of how you get to how he's got to the end, unless he got there a different way, unless he's got emails that he got from his father or something that was a friend of Forrest, and that got him to an end where Forrest wanted to die. That would be very different than the actual process of figuring out what a clue and a hint is that gets you to this spot, that spot, etc. So it sounds like it's a bunch of opinions and people's ideas without actual facts from the finder again.
Well, no, Jack actually got, so he talks about it, how he got in touch with Jack. He spent hours talking with Jack. It sounds like it was on the phone. I don't know if it, yeah. And he said he does not know the final location. This is what Dan told me. He does not know the final location, but he does know that Jack had a ton of details. And he said the average person, because they're trying to take this book to a different level, not just the searchers, but to anyone in the United States. He's like, for the details that Jack gives, most people aren't probably going to be excited about it, but the searchers will, because it's going to give details of Jack's particular details that we would find interesting. So he did get hours and hours of time with Jack. It sounded like Jack was not so shy. He had somebody that he at least could talk to. And Dan, if you've ever talked on the phone with Dan, Dan's just a charismatic, nice person that seemed to be very genuine in this chase, wanting to make sure the story was told. So I think if you think about if there's 20 chapters, I think Jack's going to get maybe 2 or 3 of the chapters, but not all 20. There's the beginning of this. There's the searchers that have fallen. There's the searchers. There is, so I don't know what the chapters are, but I think Jack's an important part, but he is one part of it. I'm sure the lawsuits are one chapter, but just like some of the people that file the lawsuit that think this entire chase is about them. No, there's 20 chapters. You're one of 20.
So it's
Jack,
so it's a
might be more,
biography
but
of the history of what happened.
yes, from beginning, womb to tomb, beginning to end. You have Jack, that's maybe at the end. You have Forrest at the beginning. You have, I know Cynthia was interviewed. I know probably 20 or 30 searchers that were interviewed over the years by Dan. He asked us for an interview. It was during a time it just fell through the cracks. It's not that I didn't respond, and he still included us in the book. So he talks about the social media phenomenon. From what I understand, it's a little bit of everything. Douglas Preston, he talks about that. He talks to people in Santa Fe. What do they think? All that.
Jay Wood asked, did Forrest know Barbarisi? So is there anything from Forrest in the book? Or was this all
Yes.
after?
There you go.
No, yes.
So
Okay.
Barbarisi interviewed Forrest, since we have some quotes from Forrest to him. That would be good.
At least once,
Okay.
maybe more.
And so
I actually think
and
more.
so you have to buy the book to find out about Jack's process if he reveals the process of where hints and clues are, because isn't that the number one thing people want to know is how what's a hint, what's a clue, how does these things equal what? Isn't that what?
But Dan
the
was
process?
clear with me. There is no groundbreaking moment. He's not going to say anything more than
Okay.
he's really saying now. He's not going to say the location. He's not going to say the solve. He might give more emotions.
Okay.
Like we just found out that he ordered some bottle of wine and got drunk that night. Like maybe that'll be in his book, but we didn't know that until this last week. I think some more of those details about Jack and his perspective on his relationship, etc. Because the thing that I find interesting is, though the book went to print, I think it was in December, it didn't go for final editing until only about a month ago. So he's gotten Jack all the way up until like a month ago. Well, Jack's gone from, oh, the searchers love me, to why isn't everybody just happy with the breadcrumbs I've given them? And I think we're going to see some emotion, because I asked Dan, is it all positive? And I'll just say Jack has talked to Dan since Jack has been frustrated about us being less than enthusiastic with this ending.
Well, yeah, because we don't know anything. We haven't, we're mushrooms. We're fed crap, left in the dark. We don't know anything. It's how this has gone. So I guess it's all up to Barbarisi, because Jack, and then we'll see what Jack does. Otherwise, that's what it is. And that's where we're hanging out. Okay.
I don't think so. I think
that's what it is. That's
if
fine.
as many people know, I think Jack had to have told someone in his life. I think Carl knows. I think Shiloh knows. I think Zoe knows. I think Jack's attorney knows. And
The process or the location? What are you talking about?
location. I think both
Okay.
I think both solution and final location, those are the people that I know. And from what I've been told, and I will share very soon, I don't even have the half of them. So let's just say if 10 people know,
Okay.
if 10 people know,
Okay.
stuff's going to start to come out. Whether Jack, I don't think it's going to come from Jack. I think it's going to come from others. And I think eventually it'll be because it's legal, but that's just my guess.
Super chat from
Okay.
Mr. Bruce
So,
Kaiser.
so Michael, I got one last thing for you. You guys were talking about doing a show where you guys are trying to figure out where hints and clues were, right?
Right.
I have a thing for you to try. Do you have Thrill of the Chase and Too Far to Walk? Do you have both those books handy by any chance?
I have them, but I mean, they're over here on the treasure hunting bookshelf. They're not really handy. But
Well,
yeah.
what I want you to do is I want you to open up those two books and open them up page by page together, and
Mhm.
you'll be astonished at where page 15 on both books land and what you will see and what that big hint in front of you will mean when you do these two things together. I think doing a show like that where you show where these things are, glaringly obvious hints, and then what do they mean? I mean, that is the question. What does it mean? What's the next thing to do with it? I think that is entertaining and fun and still worth pursuing because it is a big game. I mean, to that degree, it's a big game. Let's play the game because it's a great distraction. It's fairly harmless.
So the Thrill of the Chase and Too Far to Walk, page 15 on both books. Compare them.
Well, yeah, you'll be shocked and stunned if you open them up page by page and just go as far as page 15. You will find that the index for Thrill of the Chase, the index or the table of contents rather for Too Far to Walk lands on page 14 and 15. And what it reveals as you are looking at these things together is rather entertaining. So I think things like that are things to pursue. For instance, there are no chapter numbers. Well, what does that mean? Stuff like that. I think that is worth pursuing. I think it's a conversation. I think it's the game. So I was going to do a little video like that and send it to you and then move on with my life. Because where I'm at is I have no internet.
Oh, gotcha. That's got to be rough. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one way to get yourself cut off from the Thrill of the Chase. There's no internet.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to end up going to Yosemite, doing probably back into some rock climbing just to get healthy again. Because I had lost 20 pounds moving to Denver. I didn't realize.
Oh,
it.
Wow. That's crazy. All right.
Yeah.
Davio.
Depression and how frightening it is out there.
Yeah.
It's all too much. But I'll be in touch, and I really like what you were doing. Congratulations again. It was a great wedding, and thank you very much, you guys.
Yeah. Thanks, Davio. Thanks for coming out. It was great.
Thank you. Great to meet you.
Much love to everybody. Okay.
Right.
We love you all. We'll see you.
See you,
okay?
Davio. Bye. Okay, everybody.
Okay, as that goes, let me
Go ahead.
let me give let's take maybe one or two more calls, but we're over the hour mark. So there's a couple things that I want to talk about. One of them is Johnny's Treasure Quest. Though there might be some shenanigans happening in this treasure hunt community, one of the new rides is Johnny's out of Michigan. He seems very genuine. He's down to his last 1,500 bars of chocolate. He did the Willy Wonka, open the bars and you get a ticket. There's one ticket left, 1,500 bars. Go find his page. I don't have any links or anything. Mike, order a couple of bars. It's actually good chocolate if you want to go that route. So that would be something I want to say, because I think Johnny, he's had some bumps in the road, him and his wife. I think her name is Amy. And he seems to just keep paying it forward. And I know he's making some money, and I don't think that's a bad thing. People can, but every time he's like, hey, I've thrown a bunch of coins out at blah, blah, blah park. Come on out tomorrow. And people do. So he's paying it forward. He seems very genuine. And so I just want to give him the props. Not that he needs it. He's going big. He's already been in the national media, that sort of thing.
So hang on.
Go ahead.
I did just put the link to Johnny's Treasure Quest in the chat. If anybody wants to send us any candy bars, we'll definitely take them. But we did get a super chat from Mr. Bruce Kaiser before I forget, with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Bruce. And he says, can we trace Jack's GPS history? Google has recorded every step I've taken for years. And that's true. I get the monthly email. I open up Google Maps. It tells me everywhere I've been in that month. But you have to get a hold of Jack's phone to do that. But or if you were going to search for Forrest Fenn's treasure chest and you had a good idea that you were going to find it, K-Pro, would you disable the tracking on your phone? Would you think ahead and actually disable the track?
I don't even understand what you're talking about. So no, I wouldn't, because it was, and I got to give a shout out to Jason Dent. He was like, you're posting these pictures, and do you know that your iPad location is enabled? And I know your home address. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he showed, I wondered why searchers were in front of my house, because I hadn't disabled whatever. I didn't even know that was possible. I thanked him. He helped me figure it out. That was way, way, way back. I don't even understand this stupid thing called a tablet and device. I just roll with it. So maybe, but this is the same as going to Saturn.
Yes, Hooli, there is a discount on the chocolate bars. If you order so many, and I don't want to get the numbers wrong, so just go to johnnystreasurequest.com. I already did. All right, Hooli. Yes, there is a discount. If you order a certain dollar amount, they will give you discount. I don't know how good that's good for. We had 5 of them. We opened them up with the kids. We did not get a silver ticket, but there's 1 silver ticket left, right? Do I have that right?
Yeah, they said 1 silver ticket with the 1,500 left. The kids like the chocolate, so I can use it for chocolate covered strawberries or something, because that's nutritious. Then if there's strawberry involved, the chocolate doesn't matter. That's what I say. Okay, we'll take one more call. And I want to make one other comment, because there's a little bit of a brouhaha over on Thor. Greg from Treasure Seekers has gone up on Thor. He's registered, and he is promoting his GoFundMe. And I have said his last trip, he got some really good stuff, guys. Consider it. I've gotten a tidal wave of both public comments. He's kind of getting some very honest feedback of what some searchers think of him. And I say that's the brutal truth. So he's taken it. I have welcomed him to respond, as long as people don't curse or get personal. And I've already warned somebody that was getting personal. He gets to voice his opinion. But someone said, but he's trying to fundraise to go and harass and go after the family. I've asked him for clarification if that's the case. I'm waiting. I think he's out and about. I haven't talked to him in a couple of days. So I'm asking him to clarify on that. The family's been clear, kind of leave them alone. So if he just shows up at their door and that's what he's fundraising for, I wouldn't be in support of that, but that's not what he did this last time. So I get it. Some people are like, you're so stupid. You always forgive and forget, and don't do that, because look what happens. And you've been silly so many times. Yeah. And when I get mad at my daughter and she goes, how many chances am I going to get? And I said, 1 more, because that is what life is about, is being kind one more time than you probably should. I'm not asking any of you to do the same. I am just saying I am holding to the same thoughts of, we've had a restart many a times, but I do want to hear from Greg. He is still rolling out his last trip over the next couple of weeks. Why not? Is there a negative in saying, hey, he wants to start anew, and I think we should start anew? What's the negative there? But that's only my opinion. Go ahead, Mike.
No, we just had over 60 missed calls. So we're going to have to come up with a way to do this differently in the future. There's the number. We're going to take one more call. I apologize, everybody. If you tried to get through and couldn't, I apologize. There's the number. We're going to take one more call for tonight. We'll have to come up with a way to maybe set it up ahead of time with people, if people want to talk on the phone. Let me think on that. We could do a marathon with just calls, right? So sorry.
Wait, did you say 60 or 16?
No, 60.
Okay,
60.
Interesting. Yeah. So you know what?
Hang on.
Mike always says, positivity always triumphs over negativity. So why not just do a restart? And I know there's lots happening. So I don't know. That's okay. Last call.
Okay, Pro and Cow.
Hi, am I the 100th caller?
I believe you are. You're
oh
about
my
the
God!
600.
Did I win the date with K-Pro?
Yeah. Oh, is that Mr. Copper Dan?
Greetings from Minnesota.
The synchronicity of it all. What's up, Copper Dan? How you been?
I'm pretty good. We're good.
Man, you got to stop them 40-hour drives. That is crazy. You did that straight through.
Yeah, it's like I did that last year too. Once you get past that from 1 to 4 in the morning is
push
the,
through,
the hard part. Yeah, if you can get 4 o'clock in the morning, you get your second wind, and then at 7 o'clock it became daylight, and then.
Oh, long drives are not too bad, Michael.
Yeah. Just don't drink out of the pee bottle when you do that long drive. But anyway.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to make
right.
that mistake only once.
So I'm sure Dan has got a treasure hunt to talk about. Give everybody the info, Dan.
Oh, a treasure hunt? I have nothing going on right now.
Everybody already knows.
I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it because right now it's the longest going treasure hunt that I've made.
And if we do a Zoom on it, it's going to be over. That's right. That's funny.
And the room just voted. Copper Dan calling in doesn't count as the last call. We need one more.
Yeah, we had the usual suspects, Davio and Copper Dan, and Karen from Canada. About you say about Copper Dan.
About.
Yeah,
you want me to say some Minnesota words like oofda and you betcha?
Yeah, that's right. So what's been going on other than, we have a couple maps that we found. Are you still interested if anybody were to purchase them from us? Are you still interested in possibly framing them if somebody was to contact you, or are you kind of done doing that?
I'm trying to finish up one that I promised somebody that like 8 months ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's actually hard. So where I used to get the barnwood from, to get the barnwood for it, it's getting a little hard to come by.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if they twisted my arm and
the price is right. Yeah, I hear you. We kind of covered up the two we have on the wall because of this new command center we bought. But once we move this stuff around, it'll be different. You'll see. You'll all see once we're get things moved around.
Well, I'm coming to Vegas.
When you coming in?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Don't wait till next year's World Series of Fenn. Come on.
Oh, I've already said, and I know Dan will be there because of the person, because he's like really good friends with. The minute the borders open, Nelica, I believe, will be, I think she'll be traveling all over the United States, but I'm like, there is going to be a searcher. Nelica is free party in Vegas, and so everyone's invited.
I do think
will be awesome.
We should do a midsummer searcher meetup in Vegas, and we won't have kids this time. It'll be an actual party, searcher party, and that could be a lot of fun.
I'm sorry, where are kids
I don't know.
go?
We'll figure it out.
We got to go to Yellowstone again. I think.
Function.
I don't think
junction.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I think there's a bunch of us that aren't quite done with boots on the ground yet.
Right. I hear you. We should all wear T-shirts that say, "Am I going in the right direction, Jack?" And everybody in the park will know who we are. Yeah, those are all good ideas to actually do a searcher meetup somewhere, whether it's Yellowstone, Vegas. Now, August 22nd, there is the Fenbury. How many people in the chat are planning on going to Fenbury? Or how about you, Dan? Any plans to make it to Old Hyde Park in New Mexico?
22nd. You know, I'd really like to.
Yeah,
I really like.
It would be cool to see everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
K Pro says me. Okay, well, we'll see. It would be cool though to do that. Yeah, I know a lot of people left a message. I'll listen.
So
to
yeah,
those
if
later,
I go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Dan.
No, I will do a cheap plug. Call in for a cheap plug on my treasure hunt.
No,
but it's cool. Remember, there's 8 more treasure hunts, so there's 6. So there's nine treasure hunts
total.
7 of them are armchair, and 2 of them have a boots on the ground part of them as well.
So just in case nobody knows, what is the price? For one price, you get access to all 9 treasure hunts, right?
So the treasure hunt is this Jenny, Kyle, and Beth, the Genetic Blend, put this together, and it is a tribute to the Masquerade.
Mm-hmm. And I'm actually putting it in the link is in the chat right now for anybody who doesn't
know. And I do believe the original Masquerade must have been from 1979, because that is the price to buy into all 9 treasure hunts.
$19.79.
Mm-hmm.
And there is the link, everybody. If you're really interested, it's all for charity. So check it out. Copper Dan has created one of the treasure hunts. Let's see if Copper Dan's is solved first out of the 9.
Hey, no, don't be.
Did you have any help?
Actually, my biggest fear.
Did you have any help, or did you do it on your own? This one
on my own.
And is this is yours a boots on the ground, or is it virtual?
Mine is a boots on the ground for a proxy item this time.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And it's actually a pretty cool little prize. there's a little treasure box, and it's got a piece of gold that was donated to me by another searcher. I threw a couple pieces of silver in there. It's got one of the Copper Dan coins.
Okay.
I actually ordered 25 more because I sold out of them, and there were still people that wanted coins. So anyone wants coins, I got more.
Nice. All right. Good deal.
Our lovely mail system lost 2 of them.
Yeah, isn't that
Mike,
something?
You know all about that.
Yes, I sure do. And so does somebody else that's in the chat. That is true. But it happens. We get through it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I won't bug you anymore.
No, I'm just reading the chat. All right. Well, it's good to hear from you, Capper Dan. And yeah, let's plan that for Vegas. Bring the wife this time. We'll get her invested.
You know, that's my plan. As I've been trying to get the wife down to Vegas, and maybe with she's a little shy, so maybe with not, like all these searches there. I'm just going down and play a little poker.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll bump into Mike and K-Pro.
Maybe we'll be at the strip club. You just never know. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, I'm taking her. You know what? Don't you worry. All you guys just go. Princess and I and a few other of my searcher lady friends. Don't you worry, Dan. We will bring her back alive.
You can take her to do whatever you want with her, as long as Mike and I can go play poker.
There it is. And by poker, he means poker in the Bally's poker room. Yeah, that's what he means. So yeah, that would be fun though, for sure. All right, Dan. We're gonna do one more phone call. Dr. Decipher, the lost photography history detective, wants us to call him. So that's gonna be
all right. Well, I'll hang up and I will listen.
All right.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Dan.
Good talking to you. Don't you know?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Talk about later.
So everybody check out Copper Dan's treasure hunt on Mysterious Writings. Okay, so I think we're going back to the conspiracy theory bridge, because I am going to call Dr. Decipher, and he sent me his solve, or at least he sent me some emails. We'll see. Let's see how it goes. So let's see. I got to do this.
Your strip club is the comic strip club. Did you see that in chat? Nice. Okay, since he's muted, I will no more donuts. Hold on, friends.
Okay, we're calling now.
Okay.
You got one chance. You got one chance to pick up. Last phone call of the night. Hello, this is K-Pro and Cowlazars. Who do we have?
Wow, this is Dr. Decipher. Can't believe I got through. Here, let me turn my speaker off.
Hold on. And we did. And while you're doing that, we did get one more super chat from Bruce Kaiser. He says, time to go full Mission Impossible. Convince Jack it's the apocalypse and he can save the world by going back to the site. Then follow him. So Bruce Kaiser, thank you again for that $5 super chat. All right, Dr. Decipher, we conversed through email a couple times, right? I believe.
Yes, a few times. I gave you some bits and pieces, but I'm here to say I'm giving you the whole story. And it's going to give you peace tonight. And all the listeners are going to go to sleep tonight having a final solution that they can go to sleep with and say, well, there it is. I can't believe it. I'm hoping that's going to be the resolve.
All right.
Are you ready to get on this ride?
Let's hear it. I think we're on the conspiracy theory bridge, but go ahead, lead us across. You take it away.
All right. Because I am who I am, and I deal with lost photographs and deciphering who they are and the who, what, where, when, and why. I took on the treasure hunt several years ago, and I stuck to it and prayed and just put it all together as much as I could with just the facts, the who, what, where, when, and why. And I stuck to everything Fenn said and the poems and the interviews, and I didn't go beyond anything else. I didn't add anything, didn't take anybody's opinions. I wanted to connect all the dots that were real and all the facts, and I really didn't want to go any further until I could do that. And that's what I did. So this is what I come up with. Fenn was very spiritual, we know that, and he picked a place to die. That's the number one thing of how this all started, is when he had cancer, he found this place that is a good place to die and meet God, basically. And what Fenn did in Vietnam when he flew over that ancient graveyard and discovered that special graveyard site, that was very special to him in his life. He went out looking for Indian artifacts and all kinds of things, and going all the way back to that first arrowhead that he found discovered. And when he found that graveyard, when that helicopter took him back to that site, and he found something that nobody else knew about, that was a real big deal to him. He never thought he would repeat that. Well, Fenn lives in New Mexico, and his wife said the day he hid the treasure, she didn't even know he was gone, and he came back. So that indicates it wasn't very far away where he hid the treasure, which would be New Mexico. It would be impossible for him to go to Wyoming unless he flew there and flew back.
Well, the only thing is you're assuming she meant from their home. If they were both in Cody at a hotel room, he could have left and been back before she noticed he was wrong. But go ahead.
That's right. And this is all open to anybody's questions or, anybody's looking at any different other ways.
Let's get to WWW8. So let's get to 1 through 9.
Okay, let's get there. All right. Now, on Highway 4 is Ste A2 Dam, which is not a dam, which is an ancient mineral geological formation that was there for thousands of years. When Jesus walked the earth, that Ste A2 Dam was being formed. Fenn would have absolutely stopped there and looked at that place many times because it's a wondrous thing to behold. And you can actually go inside with a flashlight, which Fenn told you to take a flashlight when you go look for the treasure. And it actually has windows. Now, Fenn said that it would be easier for a child to figure out where this was. And when you look at Ste A2 Dam, if you Google it, you'll see it's very many shades of brown. So Ste A2 Dam is, in fact, the House of Brown. Now, let's go back at the beginning. Begin at where warm water halts. On Highway 4 is a little parking lot right above Ste A2 Dam. And that little parking lot wasn't there years ago. Ste A2 Dam extended across the highway, and they had to make the highway larger. So they bulldozed that section and put that little parking lot in. And under that little parking lot is where the hot water starts. That's where warm water begins and starts to halt and forms Ste A2 Dam.
And
so
just to be clear, this is in New Mexico, right?
Warm water halt forming Ste A2 Dam. All right. So then now the next part of the problem.
Wait. But didn't Forrest say, before we get by WWWH, but didn't Forrest say WWWH is not associated with the dam? How do you get around that?
Ste A2 Dam is not a dam. Okay, let's be clear about this.
It's just called that.
Ste A2 Dam is not a dam. And that's why it wasn't found, because people did exactly what you just did. Well, that's a dam. It's not at a dam. Ste A2 Dam is just called that. It's formed with hot water minerals for thousands of years.
Okay, I'm good. Is it warm to the touch?
No, wait. The poem says go in the canyon down. Now, if you just go a few feet down towards the canyon there, and you walk after you park, you're going to hit Ste A2 Dam. It's literally 300 feet long. All right, and it's high. It's about 8 to 12 feet high. If you stay to the left side of it, where most people in the tourists don't go, you walk alongside of it, and he part of the poem says, "Go in the canyon down and oh God, oh boy, I'm so taken with this thing." And
take it in the canyon down.
Part of the poem. So what's the next part of the poem? I'm there.
Take it in warm water salt. Take it in the canyon down. Not far, but too far to walk. Put in below the home of Brown.
Okay, put in below the home of Brown. Mm-hmm. If you look up Ste A2 Dam above your head, you're going to put in there at the water. The water is the Jemez Creek, which is cold. Okay, you have to brave the cold. Now, Fenn would have been there many times at that Ste A2 Dam. Look, he could have never driven by without going there stopping, because it's an absolute fascinating place. And it's absolutely Indian, ancient. Now, how did he discover where he was going to go die, and how did he discover the place? It's simple. The same way he did when he was in Vietnam and discovered that ancient grave site. Fenn flew over Ste A2 Dam and happened to look down and see this symbol down there on the hill above Ste A2 Dam, 200 feet from the river, which is exactly, now here's your fingerprint smoking gun. It's exactly, the blaze is exactly, now I'm going to emphasize that again, exactly, you can measure it on Google Earth, 500 feet from the tip of Soda Dam to the blaze. You can take your finger and go right there, and there it is in the rock carved symbol, the same symbol, the Zia sun symbol that's on the New Mexico flag.
No, I
The
do
same
think that
symbol.
I do think Soda Dam was kind of a popular area. I think there's a lot of searchers that have been there. So you think Forrest is just straight up lying when he says Wyoming? And do you think Jack actually
No,
has the
Forrest
treasure?
isn't
chest?
lying. He's trying to protect the site. He's trying to protect the site.
Yeah.
At that time, when all of this was happening in America, they were tearing down statues. There was the Me movement. They don't care about history. And this was a major discovery for Forrest when he found that Zia symbol. So listen, if you go there and you cross a stream, you could do this on Google Earth. Go right to that symbol. That's the blaze, because you have to go up the mountain there and through the woods and stay to the left. Now, what was part of the poem? Nigh means to the left, right? Your search is soon to be nigh. It's on the left side of Soda Dam. You go up the hill on the left side, and there it is. Look quickly down, and there it is. There is the Zia sun symbol, which happens to be exactly 200 feet from Jemez River, which he said several people were 200 feet away and never knew it. Now, there's no way you can undo this measurement. It's 500 feet from the tip of Soda Dam.
So
to
is
the
it
blaze.
really, really special?
And-
Like,
and
is it
Fenn-
finny?
Fenn
Is
being
it...
Fenn being a trout fisherman would have wore waders all the time, and probably good ones, could have easily crossed the water with a fishing pole and a pack. Nobody would have known what he was
Now
doing.
you've been there, right? You've searched this yourself?
Yes, on Google Earth. I was on my way. I told Fenn I was coming. I
boots on the
couldn't make it. I'm disabled. And I said it's going to take some time. I never made it there in time.
Right.
And the Zia Indians, it's a sacred symbol to them. It's an absolute legacy that he could leave behind, that he discovered this ancient rock symbol. You're going to find it on Google Earth. You can go right to it. But I'm amazed nobody ever knew about it. Nobody's ever found it.
I think
And,
searchers have looked in that area. I think I don't think, some people have thought about it, but all right.
Well, they probably looked at the falls, then they looked down and up even higher. But when you begin it where warm waters halt at that parking lot, the warm water is literally underneath that parking lot. And
Okay,
it
wait,
literally
I got to
halts-
ask you though. You said we would not be disappointed. You have a dam that has a canyon, and then there's a brown thing. And tell me why this is such an aha. Like, you seem passionate about your solve. What is it about it that says this is special?
Because let's go back to what you just said. It's not a dam. It's not a dam, K-Pro. It's
so
a
it's
geological
only that it's
wonder
not a
formed
dam.
by
That's the big aha that
water.
everybody's been missing.
But I guess what she's saying is why that hot spring and not another one that's in New Mexico somewhere. Why that one?
Well, because it has the absolute association with being the House of Brown. If you Google Soda Dam, you'll look at it. It has many shades of brown. It even has windows. Fenn said a kid would be easier to find this than an adult. When a kid looks at the Soda Dam, he sees it looks like the Fred Flintstone house. Okay, it looks like a House of Brown. So see, you have this double meaning. It's both the House of Brown and it's where warm waters halt literally. It's the warm waters have halted there for thousands of years, creating this geological wonder. However, the important thing is the blaze that Fenn discovered. There's only one way he would have found that, and that's if he flew over it, low, and happened to spot that thing, which he was very good at, being a jet pilot. When he served in the war, he was very good observer, looking down to the ground, looking at stuff. That's how he discovered the graveyard. So people would have never walked up there and saw this symbol just on their own unless they had a reason to go up there. And if they did, it'd have to be somebody like Fenn that understands symbols and Indian things.
All right,
So
Dr. Decipher. I know it makes a lot of sense to you, but I think for most searchers, they're not really seeing the aha moment here, especially because I think the majority of searchers still think Wyoming. I know there is a percentage that do not believe Wyoming, but I think the majority do at this point.
Well, how are you going to undo the exactly 500 feet from the blaze to the tip of?
But why does that
How do you
matter?
undo that?
But why does that matter? You don't know if you have the right blaze. Why does it matter if it's 500 feet?
because he said many people were within 500 feet. And
He
never
said
moved.
Wyoming. He said Wyoming.
That's right. If you believe one thing, why don't you believe the other? So it's true.
Well, he's trying to protect the site, the rock. People go up there and chip away at that symbol because it's sacred. He's trying to protect it. He would have gotten in trouble maybe with the Indians, maybe with the park. Who knows? But it's a matter of protecting. Now, I believe Jack knows this. If Jack was there, that's the spot, that's the location. He agreed with Fenn to protect that site. And when Fenn said he was surprised that no one saw him the day that he hid it, that indicates that that is a tourist location, and that he knew that people were there most regularly every day, and he was surprised nobody was there.
Now here's
So this
one
is
for
a-
you, Doctor, the good
Go ahead.
doctor. Nomadic Madman says that's not north of Santa Fe. What do you say to that? I don't know if it is.
Oh,
or
it's
not.
absolutely north of Santa Fe. Look at your map.
Okay. Yeah, I
Look
don't.
at
I don't
your
know.
map.
I'd have to look at it.
Highway 4, Soda Dam is not a dam.
Let's take.
And look at the blaze. You can find the blaze on Google Earth. You can measure it with your finger exactly 500 feet. And like I said, it's clearly very Indian, very ancient, and most importantly, very spiritual. And if you were going to lay down and die somewhere and you wanted to be close to your house and a place that nobody even knew about, that you couldn't even find on Google, that anybody knew, discovered, that'd be the place to go, because the Indians did ceremonies there at that symbol, the Zia Indians. And they're not even far from, the reservation isn't even far from Soda Dam.
So I'm going to say maybe, because I can't tell anybody that they're wrong, because Jack hasn't given us enough and Forrest passed before he was trying to give it to us. So maybe, but I won't say it has the aha, like, oh, it totally makes sense. Like the GPS had that, even though I don't believe in the GPS mostly anymore. I don't feel it like, oh, it takes you to a 12-inch by 12-inch spot. It's exact. It's like that aha moment. I don't see it, but maybe because you didn't have the time to totally lay it out. It was just one phone call. I don't know. I'm just saying it.
Go there on Google Earth and follow the poem and actually look at the blaze, and you'll have your aha moment. And here's another perspective that's important.
All right, real
There
quick,
was,
because we're going to go.
I can't find it. I can't exactly tell you how to find it, but there were some psychics that were there were three girls that were presented with Forrest Fenn Treasure, and all three of them nailed that location, giving you details about what's there at Soda Dam. I mean, you can watch the video on YouTube, and they nailed it. They actually nailed the location, not even knowing where it was. They gave you details of that area and what's there. So that's another perspective you can have. But if you talk Indian, if you talk spiritual, if you talk God, if you talk Fenn flying over, discovering that's it. That's the place. The House of Brown is Soda Dam, and where Warm Waters Halt is the creation of Soda Dam.
All right, Dr. Decipher, thanks for calling in. And it's,
You're
we've all got
welcome.
our own opinions. So we're just putting it out there, letting people hear the different thoughts.
Go there and look at it, and you'll see.
Okay.
Go there and look at it.
All right.
All right,
Thanks for
God
calling
bless.
in. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that's it for the phone lines for tonight. We do have a couple suggestions for a future phone call show, and that is all solves have to be in Wyoming. And what we're actually going to do is you are going to send me your phone number, and we are going to call people on the next show. We're going to do it that way. So that way you'll know if you're getting a call from us, and you'll know that way you can get on if you want to get on. So we'll make a change for next time. Go ahead, K-Pro.
No, I have nothing more. I will tell everybody up front, and I don't think I've been shy about it. I'm not trying to be pompous or a jerk or any of those things. If you already think that about me, it's not going to change your mind. I do not enjoy listening to people's solves at this point, because unless there is a true aha that you can get to in 2 minutes, in Wyoming, we're past that point. We have to tangent, and we have to pivot, or whatever the right word is. And we need to get to a different level of investigation. There's no treasure chest out there anymore. We've got to figure out Jack. We've got to figure out Forrest. We've got to figure out why this ending happened. That's what we have to figure out. And so that's where I'm at. So I don't mean to be disrespectful, or people are saying don't laugh, or I'm trying the best. that's the reason I don't want to have solved shows, because I don't want to come off disrespectful to anybody. Karen from Canada, it might be all the planets. I don't see it, but that doesn't mean it's not so. It's just not what I want to spend time talking through. So I would actually like to not say your solves in Wyoming. If it's a solve, Mike is going to do a show with someone else that will thoroughly enjoy that.
Yeah, I think we will do that for future shows. The solves got to be in Wyoming, because me and Kay, everybody's got their own opinion, but me and Kay Pro aren't interested in solves outside of Wyoming. So Yellowstone Park, maybe outside of Yellowstone
That's
Park.
not what I said, Mike, but that's okay.
No,
I
I'm
want
talking
you to,
about for me. That's all.
I know, but re-listen to what I just said, and you're like, yeah, me and K Pro, da, da, da. This will be good for our relationship, for you to re-listen to this last minute.
All right, everybody. Well, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. We got we're an hour and a half in. Thank you so much for the super chats. So I'll tell you something on a personal level here. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got a little pimple right there on my nose. You guys see that? So if that hasn't healed up by Monday's show, I'm not going live. We'll let K-Pro go live. So there may be no show Monday. Somebody sent me some Clearasil in the mail. You see that? No Rudolph jokes either. I feel like I'm going to miss the bus on the way to school tomorrow. So at least nobody mentioned it in the chat, which I appreciate. So I haven't had one of these in a long, long time.
It's not noticeable in any means. You made it an issue. Are you out of your ever-loving mind?
It's noticeable to me. So anyway, thanks everybody. It's just funny how people's thought processes work when it comes to the thrill of the chase. But again, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell, so because we may go live over the weekend. K-Pro could go live from another location. I could go live from Fremont Street. You never know what's going to happen on the Cowlazars channel. We still got the treasure hunting amusement park. We still got some other treasure hunts to talk about. I am going to open up a open treasure hunting Zoom for everybody who wants in after we're done. Give me about 10 minutes when this closes down. We haven't done one in quite a while. So let's just have a Zoom where everybody can pop in and say what they want to say. That'll be open to anybody. And if you're not already on my Zoom list, just email me, cowlazars@gmail.com. And yeah, we hope everybody has a good Thursday. We hope everybody has a good weekend. And once again, for the $2 bills, Atlantic Coast, thanks, Rick. We really appreciate it. And we will do the giveaway just like you requested. We will do that on a future show.
Oh, we're going to get creative. It's awesome when somebody sends us creative stuff and says, do what you want, but have some fun. Oh, we will. Oh, we will. And I take the challenge, something that I hope you'll be proud of. Where I'm thinking about it. It's in the mind.
Okay, that's it. Make sure you subscribe. Very important. It helps us out. Make sure you thumbs up. Make sure you comment when this video is up later and you guys are watching it later. And yeah, from K-Pro and me, the Forrest Fenn Thrill of the Chase community lives on. And we're just going to keep on talking about it. We're going to have more conspiracy theory bridge shows. You never know. There might even be some breaking news in the future. We'll see, everybody. We'll see you next time.